Hello, millionaire tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play some more Final Fantasy Renaissance Support Edition with me, BlueAnkylo. It's been a few days, took a little break from playing, caught up on some other life work, but here we are back in the game, and I believe I have done a fair bit of grinding between episodes to get some money, and now we can afford all the fun stuff, like all the spells, which are now done. You can see the ones I picked. I think I talked about this last episode. It was just a matter of affording them, basically. And I did skip, obviously, one of each level, but hopefully you guys are somewhat familiar with all the spells at this point in the game. I just tried to pick the ones I think will be useful. And I do actually have enough money to get my last two dances, assuming we can survive those fights. But I want to do right off the bat, actually, is show you what I've decided was my money grind, actually. I'm not sure if I've done this one before. This save slot doesn't really help much, the Green Mage temporary save. But what you want to do is on a hard reset, so basically make sure you start fresh, right outside the Mirage Tower. And really just right here. First fight, it's a bunch of vampires. Now, I actually think, I can't prove it, but I think this is the same as the Kaizoku fight outside of Ordeals. You'll see in a second. Basically, I think you always get 2 to 5 vampires. And, you know, that's interesting. I do have a variety of casting items that can usually run through this, but really the solution is harm or fade, given that we have a white mage. And if we have time, Mana's Peon will definitely make sure they die. But it does depend on turn order and stuff. But there you go. Fade, of course, kills them all just fine. And that is worth some decent experience. You know, it's fine. But a tremendous amount of gold. And you can hard reset and keep doing that fight, just like the Kaizoku outside in the ocean, basically. And they come in the same size groups, so you can get small groups of vampires. Maybe just 1 to 5, I think, actually. The second fight actually is pretty good, too. Chimeras are not bad. They're a little bit better in terms of, like, experience, if that's what you're looking for. But they're not bad at all for XP. You can also fade them out if you want, or just use elemental magic or something. It's fine. I think also our dancer is strong enough now that we could just kill them pretty easily with the dual-wielding dagger thing. But we'll win this fight because it's really the third fight. So you remember the Kaizokus? I don't know if you guys remember, but I mean, I've talked about it a few times. There were basically, you can also, if you have time, you can actually put the victory march in for extra XP. But you need to have that song activate before the enemies die. So turn order kind of poses me here like usual. So it did nothing as usual. But that's also a lot of gold, right? 15 grand, not bad. So that was fight number 2 on a hard reset. Fight number 3, it's vampires again, just like the Kaizoku go. In the sea, it goes Kaizoku, Sahag, Kaizoku, which is interesting. So the vampires are either just happen to be on the same kind of routine, or they might literally be the same sort of style. It might be like a B-side for Kaizoku. I don't know if that's a thing, but anyway, point is, these fights are pretty good for this group with anti-undead and the ability to just house up right next door, and we can just save with a tent inside if you feel like it. So yeah, nothing to worry about. Pretty good money per minute. And decent XP, but what I was really here for was the gold. I couldn't think of anywhere that gets me gold faster with this party, basically. So that one, it actually didn't take very long, I don't think, to actually get all the spells and as much money as we want. We could certainly buy like a second Cat Claw now if we wanted to go dual Cat Claws. It would give us 5% more hit rate, but that's about it. And most of the time that doesn't really matter, so I'm not going to worry about that, I don't think. Besides, we want the Massa anyway. But let's go pick up our second to last dance, and we'll see if we can win the Zeri fight after this. Because if I don't learn these dances now, I mean, I'm not going to have a chance to test them out, basically. So my argument is grind now, so we've got 2 dungeons where we can try to show off kind of our final form. But it does mean we're a little bit higher level, of course, so you know, if you're playing along and you don't want to get to level 35, you know, you might have a little bit harder time in the final dungeon. But all things could... Sure. Yeah, we can fade stuff now, right? Maybe do a little bonus magic damage. Can we actually win against 4 Rankulos? They'll probably... They might run away. Can't remember what level they start to run. We did get the Polka off immediately. Fade's not enough. Okay. That was a boosted Fade, even. What's the health on these bad boys? I thought they had, like, not over 400, but... Apparently I can't remember the terrible Ankylos. They're just nightmare materials. 512. Oh, it's because we're on New Game Plus. Yeah. That's more standard. I was like, why? Since when do these guys have like 500 HP? Right, we're on New Game Plus, of course. It's been like I said, it's been a little while. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So that means, oh yeah, all enemies have double HP, so a little bit harder to just burn through. And hey, you know what? If this was normal mode, they would have died to 1 Fade. Even on New Game Plus mode, we still won that fight. You know. That's one of the worst encounters. I mean, it could have been an ambush, I think, and that would have been even worse. But especially with low defense and enemies that hit really, really hard, especially on New Game Plus. I don't know if there's anything that scares me as much as a 4 red Ankylo pack on the world. I guess like the sandworms can crack people to death, but most people have ribbons already, or at least half of us have ribbons. But you know, magic defense can kind of save you. The ones that just hit you for 500 damage instantly. And I've seen that, you know, 4 red Ankylos can just theoretically one-shot everyone in the group. Maybe not at level 35 too likely, but on New Game Plus, I think they could have. Anyway, oh, we need to save, because this is not guaranteed. Don't misunderstand. I haven't done this fight on New Game Plus, I don't think. I can't remember. It's kind of like when we did the Gilgamesh fight, actually. On normal mode, it's rough. On New Game Plus mode, it's like... Maybe too tough, but let's see how this goes. I didn't look up her stats. I'm pretty sure she just uses the dance. She charges and uses the dance. So if you could blind her, that'd be great. The dance can do, like, nuclear level damage, though. I don't think... I think I have to go for the polka, because I have to reduce her... Like, the final dance, if I remember correctly... which is what she's using, I don't think it's affected by accuracy or hit rate or anything. It might be considered magic damage. I'm not sure. We could try to put that up. I mean, Leo's dead if you don't get a turn here, so we'll use a Cure 4. In terms of Bard, we're probably going to have to do this fight a couple times. In terms of Bard songs, I mean, if it is magic defense, I mean, we can test that out in theory. We should have magic reduction if it is magic. And we lower her base damage a bit. Quite a bit, to be fair. Now we need to charge our bravery up on Pinello really quickly. Maybe we do some invis stacking because Zerylon does have to attack to charge up. The question is whether that final dance just deletes us, basically. Yeah. So I do have the magic defense up. Is there anything? I have 1 normal defense. Regen, magic attack. Maybe I should probably use my limits and stuff here if we're going to have a chance. Maybe more physical defense. Maybe... I don't know if we can do enough damage to, like, rush her down. We'll put up another level of defense. There's Last Waltz. Not too bad. We've got 2 stacks of evade. 2 armors. We just gained a ton. I think if we can get the polka off, we'll be okay. Let's maybe try a safety. Haven't used that spell before. Another Cure 4 is okay. And I think we can only have 4 Bard songs on, so I think the trouble is that I don't think you can reduce the damage of her her dance, really. Put damage up. Oh, right, we're that. Okay, we got a big polka. Her basic power should be considerably lower. She actually, yeah, I think we're good. Funnily enough, our dancer just polka'd this dancer out before we were in any real danger. So that's lucky us. Maybe Harden, but Harden's like a pretty small bonus usually. Okay, I think we win, basically. I can put a couple more invises on now, and we can start going damage instead of defense, I think. Yeah, she can barely hurt us. How do we kill her? What's the quickest way? I guess put a Sword Dance on, and we've got 4 Invis 2s cast already. We can do... We can also do some regen, is pretty efficient here. Blink actually might have worked really well on turn 1 on Penelo, because then we would just dodge her attack, and she'd get no bravery. That actually would be pretty good. But Invis will get the job done for everyone after a couple turns. I think this turn will give us enough. I think the defense up is no longer helpful. Crits and stuff are fine, but yeah, I guess there's no way to what am I trying to say? There's no easy way to blind her with this party, which is, I think, probably the best. If you can't, I say that, and she might be immune to it. I think we got her with... I think we blinded her before. She resists confusion, KO, paralysis, silence, sleep, petrify, fast. That's weird. Slow. Yeah, 10 hits. Darkness definitely would work. Makes her... Because I'm pretty sure her waltz actually does require bravery. Like, if you slow it down enough, you can see her... Did I do Sword Dance? I meant to do Haste Sound, but we'll do them both. Yeah, you kind of see her... She needs to get the bravery, basically, to use her good skill, I think. Which is cool. We've done 6 Invis 2s, I think, so that's probably good. We've done a Shell 2. There's not much more we need, really. We just start getting ready to kill her, I think. She said she was resistant to silence, so we're not going to be putting a... Let me put regen on. We're not going to be able to hit her with a... well, we can't mute her to get rid of her casting ability, I don't think. Well, I say that. Does X-Fur work on those resistances? Actually, don't think it... Yeah, I'm pretty sure X-Fur... Well, we'll show it off, but I'm pretty sure this does not work on the kind of resistance that these super bosses have. Go a little bit more crit. Freaking bards. Why do they have to hide? X-Fur just didn't work. Wow. Okay, we should have some attack up. We probably can just kill her now, honestly, with regular attacks. Now that I think about it, someone doesn't have... There's a couple people that don't have ribbons. I can't remember who they are, but Penelo's going to be killing everything, and we can just Power Glove her anyway and put some crits on. I think we're pretty much done. I didn't expect us to win this first try, but yeah, that was a lot of damage for a flurry. And if we just do a regular attack now, we're fully charged up. I don't think there's any reason to even save up the bravery, really. We can put big regen on. I don't know who's missing a wall. Maybe Penelo? I don't know. There's no way she's getting hit by anything, I don't think. I guess, you know, for fun, we'll play with our food a little bit. Let's see if we can get a Forbidden Spit on. We'll try that once. Just for fun while we're powering her up. And we'll get some more crit. Because we don't need the defense buff. We did get darkness with that. Cool. I was thinking that might be a way, yeah. Because it's a random status effect, and she's immune to, like, almost all of them. So, hey, that means she's even worse with her dances. I wonder if she can fail. There should be an achievement. Wait. Is there an achievement for her falling? Like, can we get her to actually fail a dance? There should be an achievement for that. If there isn't, get on it. I'm just going to go max crit, I think, actually. She's still waltzed. But, like, if she can't hit us, what I'm thinking is, like, if our evade is maxed and she's blinded, then... eventually she's going to use a dance and fail, maybe, right? Yeah. Hard to read it, but I think she tried to use her last waltz, but she failed the dance because she can't get any bravery anymore. Okay, well, I think we've pretty much just danced around this one. Now that we've got max crit, you can hide, I guess. Just watch. Oh, she did hit 4 times. Well, 7,000 damage, you know. And I'll be taking my money back, thanks. All right, so the full Dancer party, pretty good. Well, the full support party, but Dancer, that's what was happening. Nuke level-ish damage. But the evade strats definitely help because she charges up slower. And, I mean, the main thing was the polka, because the only way to lower the damage, really, was the polka. So that was good for us. In terms of her stats, she seemed to get... Was that last attack, like, 4 crits? She only has a 1% crit chance, so as long as you have enough evade, she shouldn't be hitting you very much, but... You know, bosses, maybe they cheat a little bit, I don't know. I didn't get her with the X-Fur, but it probably wouldn't have worked. The innate traits, I believe, don't get removed, but... Yeah, alright, that was fine. Honestly, that went kind of smoother than I expected, so... Congrats! We have all the dances now. And in terms of our usage, I'm not a huge fan of Forbidden Spin and Last Waltz. They're not bad, but the other dances I rely on are so much better, really. And hey, look, we've got a mage staff. We can maybe even burn down some puppies here. The top two, Pinello and Leo, do not have ribbons. You can tell by the frost damage. I think I might have had a ribbon on Pinello before, but then I stole it for the Bard. Because yes, now I remember. The vampires can paralyze you, and if the Bard gets paralyzed, it interrupts their songs, which is really annoying. Especially when you're trying to like farm, like trying to kill them in one shot with the mana payon boost or whatever. So that's why I moved those around, I think. I just wish there was a way to get the Bard songs to have priority. They're not really persistent. They're easy to lose. So having you go first would be pretty... I mean, I say that about a lot of things. But whenever you're doing support combos, the turn order really fights against you, you know? Or maybe even, like, there is some sort of mechanic, I'm not sure how it really works, but there's time magic spells that just give you a, like, better initiative roll, like, rather than, like, guaranteed first, it's like, I'm not sure how it works, but, like, a better chance to go early kind of thing before the end. Yeah, there you go, red ankylos, they're still terrible. Nothing new there. Okay, and with that... I think we're good to go. And you can see now that the Green Mage definitely HP growth ahead of everyone else. Bard is in the back, but the Dancer is like 51% evade, which is a lot. That's so much that they actually start making like pretty reasonable evade tanks. And I did give the best bracelet. And they have like a little bit extra because of their scarf, right? So, I do think in this group, the Dancer is maybe better in the top slot than the Green Mage. However, I do think the Green Mage could make a reasonable tank, especially against like Chaos or something where you just want Ruse immediately. Although, I mean, I've got it here as well, too. Anyway, let's go through our dungeon. When there's nothing specifically to do with the Bard, I feel like the XP song is worth a shot if he gets a turn. There is one harp, I think you need the Thief in the party, that basically starts the battle with the EXP song on at the beginning. And that would be really nice for grinding, because you saw here again, everything died before the Bard song even took effect, so we didn't really get much of an XP boost on that fight. But if it always goes at the beginning of battle, kind of like how Auto Harp works, except always the EXP song, that is your ultimate grinding combo. But... these guys actually hit fairly hard, so we'll... Yeah, let's just run away. It's too much hassle. It's just going to be a lot of extra healing. I did... you probably have... sorry. I think I said I was going to get the Thor's Hammer. I have looted this floor and sold all the stuff. That's why we had so much money, partially. I maybe didn't show it off. Hopefully you guys don't blame me, but the looting is not particularly difficult with this group. We are very survivable, and we can exit out anytime we want. And we can save anytime we want, so... This kind of stuff should be fine. You know what? We will take this fight. For old time's sake. Blast him. Actually, I'm going to use the harm spell. Well, what's better? The Cure 4 is actually more useful most of the time than Life 2, so we'll go Fade. Yeah, without the Peon buff, the spell damage is a little bit weak. But with Fade and Mana Peon, like, that's pretty solid. Okay, heal potions. Maybe... I don't know. Maybe I should just run from everything. Alright, Blue D... We actually don't resist lightning for a couple people, so we can do that. And maybe just Power Glove and some crits or something. Maybe we get good turn order. Nope. Classic. At least we get the anti-lightning off, and then it chooses not to use lightning. Classic. There's the thunder. Yeah, and there's the, if we had gone good turn order, we would have killed it instantly. It's no problem, but it is classic FF1. The turn order really fights against you. I've played, D&D on the weekend as I do. I kind of prefer the modern initiative system in 5th edition. Most groups seem to use it, where you just roll initiative once at the beginning of combat, and then it just persists. I know there's some other ways of doing it, but basically not because the way Final Fantasy 1 works is it's like you roll initiative every single round, which has pros and cons, but it makes it so you can't plan very well, because you don't know who's going to go first next turn, and you can kind of say, I want to do this, but everything might be dead before you get a turn, kind of thing. Whereas in more modern systems in general, I think it's more like, well, once you know the initiative, and honestly, a lot of DMs just tell you straight up the enemies go in this order. It kind of makes, I guess, like Final Fantasy X was kind of like that. You could just see the turn order, and it was, some people were faster, so they could bump up a little bit, but you could just kind of see how, that's maybe the big difference, being able to see in advance. I will actually say the ribbon should go to the Bard. The Green Mage does get some inherent resistances. Most people don't get that. And I think they're the most, what am I going to say? They got the most HP. They're the most expendable of the party. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to critique FF1. They were doing what they could based on, archaic hardware and barely any software tools. And basing it mostly on old tabletop systems anyway, which don't translate to video games super well necessarily. But I do think a lot of the but a lot of the difficulty in these old games is just the random turn order. Shining Force was like this. We played that on the channel recently. We do want... Yeah. We want the white shirt, right? Now, if I give it to someone else, we could do triple Invis 2 cast that. We could get some free Invis 2s and have, like, the white mage can cast it, the green mage can cast it, and the bard could have the shirt and cast it. But honestly, that's not really that important. Now, the shirt does give you some elemental protection, fire, so the ribbon is a little bit wasted. It'd be nice if the green mage could equip it, because then they'd have, without a ribbon, basically, they'd get something, but oh well. It does mean that effectively the white mage doesn't have to use the spell. We don't have to use the spell ever, so we'll never run out of exits. And like the black shirt is also pretty good. Ice 2 is not bad. So who's missing a casting item? We have Fire 2. We got Lightning 2. Honestly, it's probably fine here. So the black shirt, Ice 2 is a little bit stronger than Lightning 2. And sadly, no one can equip this either. Should just be able to combine white and black into a green shirt or something. Why doesn't the green mage get ultimate armor? There's no need for Excalibur this time around. I don't know. Let's see how much damage we can do with crits. Only crits. Gives me a chance to have a drink too. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, I think I'm just continuously impressed with these dancers. They're not the best tanks, but other than that, love them. Let's put a save down and actually use it. I kind of forgot. Didn't really need it, but I'm going to go get the... Oh, who's going to equip the Protect? I think rather than going for fire, there's a pretty good chance that they anti-fire themselves. Although you could try to reflect some healing on them or something, but it's kind of like too much hassle. I think we just go for Fade here. I mean, the damage was good. We just didn't get quite enough there. Yeah. I mean, we could have got away with fire with Mage Staff. I just... Turn order. The Bard goes last again. Classic. Funny game. Ha ha ha. Honestly, though, 3 Wiz Vamps, good XP, good money, not too bad. Money, 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 and Protect Plate. So, yeah, this is where equipment gets tricky, right? The Dancer can't use it, but Leo could. Do I care about the Zeus's Glove anymore, maybe? Keep the Ice 2 because it's stronger, and we've already got Lightning. That means Fire 2, Ice 2, Lightning 2 for free, rather than double Lightning 2. I know there are a few enemies weak to Lightning in here, but it's a fair bit of Absorb. And I guess technically the Dancer could use it, but then you don't get your Scarf. So, Green Mage, that puts them up a little bit tankier, up to 40 Absorb. And on New Game Plus, you know, that's not nothing. And with a lot of HP, yeah, that's okay. We don't have any Warp spells in this group. It's nice to warp back to the stairs on this one, but... One of my favorite tricks is just having all those warps. The randomizer kind of spoiled me. Got used to having warp early on and seeing all the speedrunners use it to save steps. Oh, good. Leo gets pummeled by fire magic. No need for katana. Nothing else in here for loot, I don't think. Air elementals, just run. Oops, not worth. Our general kill power is definitely improving, but it's not like when we're playing the full melee group or the full spellcasting group, where everyone could just spam pretty high level damage spells or attacks, and then you just kind of wipe these guys out. Now, one thing that I didn't do, I keep forgetting to switch the lead character, because I am pretty sure now that the luck stat 38... It's getting pretty high. The difference is getting relatively large. Penelo probably does give us quite a lot better, you know, odds of not getting ambushed, I think. Someone can always yell at me in the comments if I still misunderstand that, but I believe the luck does affect it, and it's based on who's, you know, in front. At least in front in terms of the icon here. I don't think it matters who's at the top of the combat order. Some nachos. You know what? We got ambushed. Rude. There you go. Being able to save wherever you want. Pretty nice. Okay, let's go. It's a Tiamat. So for this fight, well... we could try to do some Last Waltz. We also don't have Wall on Leo, so we'll do that. And then... Shell would actually be quite good here if we're going to have a longer fight, to be fair. Does Tiamat have any instant death spells? I think it's mostly just the damage, like the Dragon Breath attacks, right? I'll put this on anyway, I forget. A little bit of invis, not too much. Certainly can bite you a bit. Obviously the polka is just broken. So we'll do a polka. We'll only do one. Maybe I'll limit myself. Okay, new rule, only one polka allowed. We're too good. That's the new rule. But I will put Shell up. That kind of stacks with it anyway. And more invis, I think. And what did I use? That's I did one magic defense. You can use magic damage. No. Just get the crits going, I guess, for later. Alright, basic protections are up. Couple stacks of invis. Hulk is poked. Let's see. Anything fun I can think of? Can I think of anything fun? It's kind of... all of our strats are just like, just get all your defenses up and chip her down once you've got max defense. I'm gonna recharge my bard songs and then we'll use our limit. Oh, I should have stuck around for the invis. Oh well. Okay, so I think we're good. I can't remember if there's any statuses here that will be useful, but let's try. And other tricks. Bubble, I don't hate Bubble, honestly. It's not proven super useful the way our party tends to work, but you can also go like X-Fur in case she's got some... I mean, I can literally just look. Resists ice, earth, fire, lightning, wind, right? Like, I can be like, nope. And now we... Oh, did I use my limit? I didn't go to an inn. See, I've told you guys, the problem with limits is you have to remember to go to an inn. You can't just use a house. So I can't even do full buffing here. We get one more, but no stacking. So I guess we'll just go for some damage. Dark Silence, Confused, Poisoned. Wow. Not bad. And we got rid of all the resistances. Tiamat is confused. It hurts itself in confusion. Ow. Well, you know. Some days are just gonna be like that. I guess we win. I guess that's a win. I think we got silence anyway, so we can't... All that buffing, we should have just gone for the dance anyway. There's nothing else to talk about, right? Let me just kill. You can just hide now. Ooh, over 1,000 HP. That should be something. Where's my achievement for that? Oh, if I grabbed the Bane Sword, we could have just done that. That would have been fun, too. And I have some more hit points. And what was it? Power Gloving? Yeah. Yeah, sure. 4,000 damage-ish. Whatever. Just playing with my food. So, clearly, New Game Plus is not hard enough, right? I feel like that's the lesson here. If our full support group basically has 0 risk for these boss fights... Now, these are not the worst 4 party members. This is, honestly, far from the worst party I can come up with. I wasn't trying to make it a bad party. But, just kind of gives you an idea of, like, how stacked these guys are. Oh, I forgot! There is a quest. There's a dancer quest. I should have technically done this before we, once I had all 8 dances. You just talk here. Unfortunately, I don't think this skill is really worth anything. This is the, if you fail a dance, you gain some bravery. When's that gonna matter, right? So that was that quest. We did that quest. We did that quest. And we started with that quest. Just trying to make sure we did everything. So that should be it. Full set for the final dungeon. We'll pick up the Massa, of course. And I don't think I'm going to bother picking up the other Pro Cape. It's a bit of an extra walk. And we could give it to basically the White Mage. But then I drop the Power Glove. Or swap it here. But I guess optimally, I probably don't use Black Shirt very often. Especially against bosses. So you could pick up the Last Protect Cape, give the White Mage a little bit more armor, move the Power Glove up, and still be buffing the Dancer for the final boss, but it's pretty... probably not worth fighting an extra group, basically. Is that everybody? Yeah, we went to the inn. This time we'll have our limits ready. 99 potions. Let's go. Boss music a little bit early. Don't forget I can make saves, self. Maybe we'll take some fights on the way down just to show off our moves a little bit. So worms usually have like 400-ish. So I'm expecting like over 800 here. Could go for XP as well, just for maximum value. Yeah, I mean, one worm for over 6 grand. How are we doing for levels? Yeah, levels 36. We need 160 hit rate for the next swing. Not going to happen. The rest of the people don't get extra swings, really. Not like it matters. And other levels up just give us spell slots, which don't matter because we can't recharge them. And I guess at level 40 we would get another small bonus to our dances. Honestly, levels don't really do us very much good. The HP is fine, but a couple stats, nothing else super valuable here. So I don't really feel incentivized to fight much. And our group is pretty good at running away, like pretty evasive group. This is someone you could probably do a Reflect Cure 4 on. I haven't done that yet. Okay, hold on. It's funny, so I just want to do it. Reflect on somebody like Pinello. I mean, it might even kill itself. We can't guarantee Reflect goes first, so we don't want to waste Cure 4 here. Let's, get a little bit of Invade. This thing does hit really hard. And I definitely don't want to be blasted by his, some of his spells. His insta-death stuff could kill Leo, which would be annoying. We gave him some evade. That's okay. Okay, so with that, I mean, this isn't a very hard fight. I'm not really super worried, but this should do, I have no idea, some damage. Maybe it's just 999, but you could have, maybe it's just like Pinello has 521 HP. That's how much it does. Maybe you could boost it with Mana Payon. Okay, Mana Payon, and oh, I didn't see it. I was looking at the wrong spot. Someone in the comments tell me how much damage I did. Was it like 1,000,000 damage? Because the spell normally just does max HP heal to whatever your max is. So in some games it's like 9,999, like an X potion. But I didn't blink. I was looking. I tell you guys, I don't even have the speed on super high, right? It's only at battle speed 6. I turned it down for the episode just for you guys. That's a lot of wolves. Not a huge fan. This is where having that Zeus's glove would have been a little better. Yeah, I'll put. Could give Leo anti-ice. Could just reflect. That'd be kind of funny. No, we're gonna just fade them. I think this fight is unrunnable. I've got enough charges. Do I? Nah. That is not what I wanted the bard to do. I guess maybe this isn't too bad. But that's not what I was looking for. Because if you had the damage boost, it might have been better for the spell. This is okay, actually. You know what? We killed all the wolves in one round on New Game Plus with pretty weak spells. Leo, I mean, did not help, but it's okay. Maybe a little bit of free healing on. Yeah, good turn order with Angel Song. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Yeah, the trouble is enemies just hit so hard. The small regeneration effects. I think this is a fairly good evidence here. At quite high levels end game, the 5% from Angel Song is still not really much. Like, it's not nothing. You know, we get it for free at the beginning of the fight, so like that's nice. These guys are actually weak to ice, if I remember correctly. And But yeah, like 5%. When you take like 160 damage per hit, what are we looking at here? Like 692 or 170, that is. She healed 30 HP for free. Like, that's not bad. But compared to like how much damage the average enemy is doing, it's kind of the same thing with Prey. On New Game Plus, it's kind of not great. And like Knight's Mini is not enough either. They just hit too hard for it to make much difference. And that's not to say the healing is bad. Like, every turn saves me like a heal potion per person. And once you've got like the enemies down to a single target, maybe you would sort of regen more than the damage they would deal just passively. Especially if you were late. Like, you know, we've done this strat a million times in the old days, right? Where you just get it down to one enemy, try to get your evade up or something. Hopefully it's not something that does cremate. And then you just sort of wait it out and let your whole team heal up. And I suppose one of the perks is that the Bard can hide so he doesn't get interrupted. And the regen doesn't end. So unlike the green magic spells that have like a 4-turn duration. This is, I guess, relatively efficient. I don't know. And we got Prey as well. So if you're running out of heal potions, this group is about as good as it gets, right? I mean, having a knight up front that takes less damage might even be better still. Anyway, let's wrap this up. I don't like doing this very often when I'm in a Let's Play, because, you know, it takes a lot of time, and I could just use heal potions. And I've got Cure Spell. Like, I don't need to be that conservative with resources, I don't think. And realistically, we shouldn't be fighting these anyway, really. We should run away. Oops. Friggin' Bard. The auto harp is good, but so annoying. So there's only 2 classes that I've self-nerfed already, I think. It's the Time Mage, obviously, for being too powerful. And I think the Polka on the Dancer, I should limit it to once per battle. Which is, unless you're really, really... Oh, I think we have to fight this one. Unless you're really struggling, it's just kind of funny. $750, not bad. Oh, we got a free Dexteritude, and then I overrode it because I wasn't paying attention. I'm not sure if the Bard songs should... What do I think about the Bard songs being capped at 1 of each, unless you limit? Some of them are so... The effects are, like, so minor. If you can't stack them, they're mostly garbage. And then the limit is just 1 time, so you don't get... Like, I think that mostly falls under my limit review, where limits recharge. I think the Bard's limit actually should recharge fairly regularly. That way he can do his... It still takes a lot of turns to get his spells set up. Like, if you're going to use Hide and stuff to get all these on, even being able to put, like, 4 levels of Victory March on, that's still 4 actions, or maybe 5 actions, actually. Like, do you need a limit for that? Like, that's already pretty slow. I mean, if you're going to use the limit, then maybe the limit should recharge less than 1 trip to the inn. Like, I don't know. I've talked about that before. I don't need to go over it all again, but I do think limits are awesome and a really cool idea, but I have a hard time using them, basically. They just... the recharge is a little bit too rare. And, like, in a big dungeon like this, you basically just end up saving them for chaos, right? So you have all these cool things that you can't really use until 1 fight. Alright, Lich. What do? We expect that we get nuked. We're probably not killing it in 1 turn. So we just go shell and everything. And... Actually... we could do a funny thing again and try to read it. Sure. We'll do that after. Lich can attack. And I guess if I put magic defense, we'll take potentially we'll get the half damage from nuke if it goes early. We did not, but we got the polka, which basically means half damage anyway, because you know. Of course we didn't get shell or anything on time. That's the turn order. I was talking about that, you know. It's not super reliable. All right, so we're gonna go reflect. And we don't need to heal anything too crazy, so we can just wait a second. Now that the nuke is used, the Lich obviously has some other big spells, but that was the only really scary one that's already done. I mean, they could kill Leo, to be fair. It's not impossible. So we cure 4, reflect. Pay attention this time. I don't want to miss the damage. 1,000 damage. Okay, that makes sense. That kind of works like 1,000 needles then. That's cool. I wasn't sure if it would go higher because you can get more than 1,000 HP. I guess you could test that, is bubble someone over 1,000 and then try to reflect bounce as well. These are all weak to ice. And they're gonna just do physical. This is kind of this is definitely like the worst or most annoying fight on this floor, right? I can't remember all the icons. I think we have Mana Peon right now. The regen on, I guess. Yeah, that definitely looks like magic boosting damage there. Good turn order. Mostly. Alright, heal up a little bit. Start putting saves before these fights in case something weird happens. And I think last time I put a save down and then I didn't save, so remember to put it down and save while we're thinking about it. Alright. Carry, mostly physical damage dealer. Spells aren't too bad. We do Invis. I want to save some of these level 6 slots here for the final bosses, but let's put a little bit of defense for the beginning. Is that what I've already got? The purple one, I can never remember the colors anymore. I took too long of a break. 3 hits, 330, that's the problem. Okay, but we got the flurry off. Now we polka it up. We should be okay. Try not to use too many level 6 spells. I'll just put like a big regen on. And honestly, I think we kill her next turn. Well, maybe. Start buffing up. Put a little bit of free healing in. Oof. Yeah, no fire resistance on Leo yet. But now that we've got the big regen, does regen a lot, and polka basically means we win already, I think. So maybe conserve our spell slots a little bit here. Not hitting very hard though. Okay. I mean, I didn't haste up or anything, so that's on me. I'll just hide. You could have 3 bards that always hide, and then 1 person that just needs the defense evasion buff, or ruse, basically. Be kind of an interesting way to do it. Not that I'm mandating for bringing even more bards. Don't look at me. Don't look at me like that. I'm just saying, in theory. The all-bard run. Let's make it real. Alright, water floor. Let's go the other route just for funsies here. Ugh. Elementals. Polka. This fight's pretty mean. We're gonna go Fade here and try to magic boost it. Unfortunately, the black shirt went off before we could boost it. Unfortunately, the Fade went off before we could boost it, so we get 0 kills on the first turn. We took a lot of damage there. We got the worst possible turn order, honestly. Like, that was just brutal. Alright, well, they did get polka'd. We put a defense up. I'm going to try to do some more black shirt. I already used a fade. I don't want to use any more if I can help it. I know I'm not doing very much damage this turn, but I'm worried. Try not to use too many spells, but... I mean, we have a save point right before carry. It's not too bad, but... Yeah, these water fights suck. We can start killing them. Actually, you know what? Oh yeah, kill one. Maybe we can do like a Drain Samba or something. Alright. So, like, we're not in any real threat of losing this fight, I don't think. But it's just frustrating. Like, we took, like, hundreds of damage, basically. I'm going to try to use in-battle healing. I don't want to sit here and use every single potion. Actually, what I might try to do, if possible... I'm risking my neck here by getting another unrunnable fight, but... I would like to use the tent save strat near ground. And then the tent heals up kind of more efficiently than the heal potions. Actually, I don't think I brought 99 tents. That was something I meant to buy before the teaming. We have lots. Not 99, but... They might as well more than double the amount of healing we get just via the, 30 HP to everyone rather than about 30 HP to one person. And the fact that we can use it, it's more than double the amount of healing in menuing via the green mage ability. It's definitely a nice little bonus for greens, let alone the saving effect. Okay, so you know the drill, you know the deal. So do I. We're gonna get smacked. I'll put a blink up, and I will do the invis strat, and I will... I guess we got the defense up from the beginning. Put the regen up. If we do survive, getting a little bit of extra healing might make the difference. The Kraken decides to be stupid and goes for ink. Well, goodbye. I mean, it still gets one more attack before the polka goes off, but... we should be okay. Anything else we do here? Yeah, I just want to save. I don't want to use all my good stuff. I'll do another white shirt. We've got defense. We've got regen. Let's add... some crit. Alright, no problem. The boss decided to be dumb. It's always nice when they do that. And now... I mean, only using one polka doesn't mean it actually does no damage, but, it's weakened enough that I'm not too worried. Actually, with 8 attacks, it's actually nerfed pretty hard. Because each attack is fairly weak, and then our armor applies, so getting the base damage lower and having decent armor does mean that the 8 hits get... Like, 1 hit for 1,000 damage, minus 20%, is not as effective as 8 hits with 100 damage that are minus 20% because of the absorb calculation. Anyway, we were hasted. We should do tons of damage, I think. Let's see how we do. We just did a couple power gloves and a haste. A super haste. 18 hits. No problem. We'll take that. Now, on this floor, I'm going to remember... I think I forgot this the last time I had a green mage, but I'm going to put the save right here at the branch, because we can kind of use it twice. So, like, right here, I think, is the optimal spot, because we're going to have to pat... If you're going for the Massa, anyway, you can save here after the Kraken, attempt the Massa. If things go terribly, you can reset. And then you can save again on the way to Tiamat, and save right before that fight, mostly. I don't want to take a 200 damage hit. That's cheating. being able to reset encounters mid-dungeon, pretty cool. I'll give the Green Mage a little bit of credit. I mean, I've been a bit harsh on them, you know, saying they're one of the worst classes. They're definitely not the worst or second worst. Maybe third or... no. The worst three, in my opinion, are probably like Evoker, Spellblade, and like Hunter or Archer. We're not in that category, so... maybe fourth or fifth worst? That's not that bad. At that point, you're like pretty solid. They're no F tier. And like they have, it's just like they have different utility. I always compare them to White Mage, and I think the White Mage is better. But they have different abilities, and this save ability is not. Don't sleep on it. That's really good. Can't remember. I think you can run from this one, but I choose not to. This one is like mass XP. Oh right, and we've got that mass equipped. I should have equipped it first. I have to change my... I've got to go back to my inventory after this fight because I did it wrong. Should probably technically have moved the mage staff down because Penelo should just attack now. But I don't know. Why don't we do like one final wall exuviation to see if it does anything? It's not as much damage as I was expecting. It's because I have the mass on the wrong hand. The offhand gives you half damage, half the weapon damage, basically. Let's try an exuviate. We should be buffed up enough. Oh, Penelo's actually like in some danger. Took big hits. This is a 200-ish, and that's boosted by Mana Peon. So that's a wall. That's an all-elemental exuviation with a 30% damage boost from a Bard. And we still were only doing maybe not even Fade or Nuke damage, I don't think. And that's like as good as it gets, plus it takes 2 turns. That seems really, really weak. Right? And doesn't work on ribbons, so you can't just strip a ribbon to do it instantly. You have to cast the spell yourself, which is like a level 8 spell slot, plus a second action to use the skill to do less damage than Fade, I think. Especially given the, yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. Fade does more damage than Exuviate, and Exuviate takes twice as long, so it's not good. Sorry, Green Mage should have... I do think, because they compete, I think, head-to-head. If the White Mage, the standard is good against undead with harm, and really good against undead and decent against other enemies at level 8, I think the Green Mage needs something to compete. And Exuviate is similar in that it's available all the time, but it's not undead slaying, it works against everything, but it's so weak. It's rarely worth the time it takes to set up. If it didn't take 2 turns, maybe. But then how would it work? Because you have to have the buffs on. So I don't know. I don't know how you could do that. I think it just needs a bit of a buff. I'm not sure how to make Exuviate good. That's something I haven't figured out. Anyway, Tiamat, we just fought you, but seems like we have to show you this again. I'll put a wall. I think Tiamat might have crack. You could just get killed. Not like it really matters. We have purple, which means crit. No, I think that's the victory one, honestly. The worst one for boss. I mean, the magic defense isn't bad. Yeah, Bane could also have killed Leo pretty easily there. Maybe we don't use the polka this time, just to prove that we don't need it. I don't need you to win. Famous last words. But I will do 1 shell and... anything else I need for this fight? We could try to mute. It's kind of funny. I don't think it'll work. Could try X for again, but it's really a waste of a really good spell, honestly. But I know this works against Chaos, so I want to save that. Just power up, I guess. And freaking Bard inputs. I've been hearing a lot of people saying there's some Unity engine, connectivity issue with gamepads that seems to be a recurring issue right now. Alright. Did I haste up? I can't remember what I did anymore. Let's just attack. We'll see what it looks like. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Just power up. I lost all my songs because I had one failed input. Really annoying. Sure, we buffed enough, clearly. Nothing to worry about. Alright, let me get out of here. I'm kind of over this run. Random encounters. I don't need to fight every 3 steps. Please let me out. All right, here we go. What do you guys think? Can we defeat Chaos with this group? Is there really any odds? Any way this doesn't work? Because even if we fail, we just reload, right? So I don't think there's much to talk about. Let's smash this guy. We got the boosted magic damage. I haven't really used these. I can try to forbidden spin him. That might be fun. Let's flurry. Let's wall. I could use the limit for Leo, but this, I don't know if it's any different. I assume this is basically the same as wall, but multi-target, but then with ribbon it doesn't matter. Other things will be X-Fur, and we got magic damage up. Let's go to start with. The worst is getting cracked instantly or something, so we'll go Magic Carol, I guess. Ha 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 ha! I mean, there it is. I mean, I called it. All right, all right. The good news is I saved 2 of these for some cheese. Dang, that was rude. Before I could get any magic defense up or anything. All right, let's. He does still punch pretty hard. We haven't got any evasion going yet. Yeah, sure. We got him a darkness. That's not very good. I mean, it's not bad, but that's all we got. I was hoping Forbidden Spin would do a little bit better, seeing as we had X for hit already. Let's try Shell again. Or no, I didn't get the wall off. I didn't get anything. Leo just completely got turn ordered that one. Shell would still be nice, just haven't got there yet. Some invis time, I think. And we need to hide, recharge. Barrier, okay, less chance of getting insta-killed. A little bit of evade, but not for Gato. We never used the polka. Maybe I do this without the polka? Let's try another Forbidden Waltz. We've got X for off, so there should be no specific resistances. And then Shell would be nice for less magic damage without using this cheaty polka. And honestly, more invis, still okay. And our Bard is going to start Virtuoso. If we want to win this fight, we need some damage. Crits work really well against Chaos. He's got a lot of Absorb. No fat status. Okay. I think he just has too many, like... I guess it's fine. I probably talked about this before, too, but he's got too many guaranteed innate trait resistances. So even though you can get rid of his elemental protections, he still ignores Confusion, Silence, Petrify, a bunch of stuff that maybe that's what the dance can do, which kind of... Unfortunately, he's mostly immune to Forbidden Spin, but whatever, that's fine. So we have Shell, we've got Wall on Leo, effectively, I think. We could put Safety up, or Regen. Bubble is actually pretty good. I think maybe another... We've only got 2 white shirts, we'll use another one. And now we start stacking, honestly, just crits, I think. Yeah, even without the polka, we're doing pretty good for damage. For not taking too much damage. Like, we're going to get nuked if this goes on for too long, but that's fine. So we had a haste. I'm curious about this waltz. I'm going to try one more spin, just for fun. Was there anything else I wanted to try here? Oh yeah, more bubbles. Hiding. 200 damage spin, garbage. Yeah. Sorry, spin lovers. It's not great. Okay. I think the Bard is just going to get a quadruple crit buff and then disappear, basically. Hey, he healed himself. And got rid of the darkness. Something that isn't very relevant, but it is something that happens. I guess putting the bubble on the Bard is mostly pointless. You could invis up or like you could put decoy, but I think it only lasts like a turn or a couple turns, I think. Unfortunately, I think if this lasted longer, I would like it a little bit more. Let's make sure everyone's healed up. To be fair, bubble does synergize with regen really well. That's definitely a big synergy. Max HP means more healing from regen, so I'll take that. Okay, we just flurried for 1,000 damage. We can probably just kill him. This is our max bravery with full power. I just want to see what the Waltz can do as best as the best shot we've got, basically. I don't think it's going to be that impressive, though. And at this point, what else is there to do? I think we've won. I haven't even used Power Glove yet. Alright, Gato, get out of here. You did your job. We've got 60% crit rate boost. $688? That's pretty good, but, well... Here we go. 5,000. Not bad. Not as much as I expected. We didn't one-shot him. Okay, hold on. We must overcome. Is there anything else I could do for fun while I'm just kind of waiting out here? Safety. We've already done... You can't... Can you stack bubble? I've never tried. I wouldn't expect you can, but... Nope. That's okay. We're getting all that science out here today. Penelo will have absolute perfect evade by now. And... we could try to darkness him again, but I don't think that really matters. I definitely just feel like the Green Mage, like, the utility spells are not enough. Like... is there anything we could reflect onto him that'd be kind of funny? Unfortunately, it's just single target, so you could put Reflect on someone, he could nuke himself or crack himself. But you don't know what he's going to do, right? And that means I have to be very careful with my spells. I'm not sure if Power Glove will reflect. That'd be funny if it does. We'll find out. You can... oh, it's ineffective. You can't actually use it on him. That's funny. I did give him a bunch of evade, so you can reflect... you can reflect... item uses. That's interesting. Not sure I like that. Yeah, not sure I like that. But I guess it's good to know. We could be going Fear Strats again. I know someone wanted to see me make Chaos run away, but we have to get this to hit like 3 or 4 times in a single fight. I guess we could try it. I'm a little bit more experienced now, and obviously this group is cracked. So the last time we had a White Mage, we failed. But now we have a Green Mage as well. So seeing as this is an easy win, and, well, we're an hour and 10, but hey, let's make Chaos run away, because clearly killing him is no problem. Like 11,000 damage, right? So this time I'll use Polka to nerf him. But I will try to... we're going to need to buy some time. We need Exfer to hit, so we can hit him with Mute, and then we need a bunch of Mutes to hit as well. I don't think we have... like, it'd be better if you had, I think, maybe the Black Mage's Intelligence boost. Technically, there's a Bard song that makes the enemies run away a little easier. So in theory, that would have actually made a small difference. We got a fail on the Exfer. We got no crack, though. Go Polka. We go Shell. Yeah. We go. X for again. If we miss all 3 X furs, then we have to restart anyway. But we're just going defense because we don't need to do damage here. We just need to get him to not hurt us and then run away. Okay, we got the X for off. Status removed. Status protection removed. Polka again. Honestly, he probably can't even really hurt us already. Basically, nothing else to do, I don't think. We got X for. Now we just need. I believe I need 3 out of 8 or 4 out of 8 fears. We can do the math. So if you're curious, minus 40 morale per successful casting of fear. He's got 255 morale. He will run when his in-combat morale is below 80. Or at least there's a chance he will run when it's below 80, I believe. No. Technically, below 80, he runs. But there's 2 steps. There's, well, 3 steps, I guess. 2 steps. You lower his base morale. So fear, if it hits, will go to 215, but that's still too high. Hits again, we'll go to 175. That's still too high. If you hit him 3 times, it's down to 135. Yeah. And at that point, if your level is really high, maybe he can run. Because it's minus double your level, I think. It's been a while since I looked at the math. I think you can... It's either minus your level in morale, your top character's level in morale, or minus double their level in morale. But he also gets a random plus 0 to 50. So his base 80 could be 80 to 130 kind of thing. So I think it's 4 fears, if I remember correctly anyway, 4 fears basically guarantees it, unless your level is crazy high. Oops. So yeah, we just need these to hit, basically. I mean, summary is, you need your fear spell to hit a few times. That's 1. Good start. I love the 1 damage spell stats. That might be my favorite, when the big nuclear does just 1 damage. So stupid. But I love it. I mean, there's nothing he can do, right? We just wait. We have regen. Yeah, we just wait. It's fine. If it hits, we win. That is 2 out of 2. Very lucky. Honestly, in my past experiments, it's not that accurate of a spell. Even with his magic defense, it's just... He's pretty good at dodging those. We could go for Quick Step, oddly enough, in terms of something to do. I'll polka him one more time. Just poke him again. But if we hit him with this 3rd one, we're getting there. Feeling pretty good. Okay, 3 out of 3. That's crazy lucky, honestly. If you're playing along, good luck. But I think 1 more and we definitely get him. So, look forward to it. He ran away with 3! I think the odds of that are pretty low. But there you go. Chaos runs. If the math is double your level, whatever level we were at, maybe it was a bit higher than last time. Is kind of what I was thinking. We're level 36, 38. So that might be minus 76, maybe. 3 morale should be minus 120. Minus another 78. That's like almost minus 200. That puts him at 55-ish. Plus 0 to 50. Actually means that's pretty good odds. I'm not sure if that's the way the math works, but if it's not double your level, if it's just minus 38, is that even in range? Math time with me, BlueAnkylo. If it was minus 38, that puts him at... Let's just round it up to 40 for easier math. That puts him at 215, minus 120. That shouldn't be enough. That should be 95. So it must be double your level, I think. And then minus 40 per morale. Unless I didn't count. It was actually 4 fears rather than 3. Either way, if you're playing for the first time, that's an achievement. If that was the first time you've done it. Somewhere in here. I forget which page it's on. There's a lot of achievements. It would have a new if it was new, but... Is it not? It's not like a secret. It's not a completionist one. I still need to buy some white and green spells. And apparently I've got 2 catchable monsters missing. That's all I've got missing on the completion. So apparently played this game a fair bit. Seems likely. Not today's state. Hey, yeah, we did do that. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. It's like, yes, it's possible. Yeah, there it is. Make chaos fleet. So you get that for that. It's not actually very hard, is the thing. I think this party makes it trivial. Being able to save right before chaos and getting a good number of fear spells. Technically, if you actually have the level 4 Bard Song, that would help a little bit. But the Dancer just... You have infinite time, you know? So if you have the Green Wizard, you can save. If you have the Dancer, the boss can't hurt you. And then you just need a White Wizard to slowly chip them down. So this is literally the optimal fear party as far as I'm concerned. Just not very interesting. So we're going to wrap that up. We'll call this an episode. That was the end of our third sort of thematic type group fights. We've done all fighters, all magic, like offensive casters, and all support. There's not very many other jobs left. I'm not sure if I can come up with another niche, but we'll see. I'm definitely still having a good time. I think I have a couple more solo runs in mind now that I've done 3 full runs. But I'll think about it. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. We're only just now, like, to give you an idea, I'm only uploading the solo Bard runs right now. That's how far ahead I am in recording, because recording is easier than uploading. I don't want to get into it too much, but I actually have an easier time just playing the game and talking than I do uploading it, editing a little bit, getting YouTube, like basically wrestling with YouTube to get the videos published. That's actually harder right now for me, just motivation-wise, than just playing the game. So I've actually got a pretty big backlog, and it's just because I'm playing it more than I'm fighting with uploads. I'm not a very good YouTuber, I guess. What I will say here for bonus content, I'm still not done my solo evoker. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you've known that I've had this saved for a while, and I've been very slowly going through a solo evoker, and now we're promoted to summoner. So I did beat the Ice Cave. I beat the Ice Cave at level 42, guys. The rage is so big, so large. These guys are so bad. Like, the solo challenge is always a challenge. These are so bad. I needed my magic defense to be over 100 to have a chance. And you still get killed over and over. Like, I still died like 10 times in Ice Cave. Maybe 10 or 15 times at level 42 or 43. Absolutely insane. So bad. And that's, like, I have access to spells now. And I could probably get a couple more if I wanted. But they're so worthless. Especially in solo. All we do is Goblin and Kate Sith. Nothing else does anything, really. So, anyway. You know, I'm almost done now. But it's been rough. It's been rough. Anyway, I'm gonna save that. I don't know if I'm ever gonna do an actual recorded run of solo summoner or whatever, because they suck. But yeah, maybe I'll do a tier list. You never know. We've had some comments about it. I'm thinking about it. I just need more. I need a lot of data before I can give a good judgment on all the jobs. And sometimes if you only play them once, you just got a bad read or you miss something important. And they're complicated. There's a lot of synergies and anti-synergies. So yeah. Anyway. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed the run. I'll see you next time. Probably 2026 for you guys. It's still 2025. It's still like, oh man, it's not even Christmas yet, guys. You know, you future tubers, you get to see the future. I don't know what it's like in 2026. For all I know, the world's on fire or frozen or aliens attacked or the Ankylo uprising finally took place and you're all actually working for me now. Oh wait, that's a spoiler. Talk to you later.